last class, when we started off with permutation and combination, and we had a discussion on factorial notation, and we did a couple of questions on that. Factorial notation हमने किया था, and कुछ arrangements और questions किए थे. ठीक है, these were the questions. And before ending the class, we started off with the discussion of permutation. Permutation में, if you remember, Kashish and Renu, what we did was we discussed that if we have to arrange few books out of many books, okay, so for example there were more books and we only have to choose or select some books, and then we need to arrange them on a shelf, for example. So that is where the permutation is going to come in. Permutation means arrangement, and arrangement requires order. So in your calculator you have this option of pressing P. So if you press 8P3, you're going to get the value of 8P3 at 336. Now there are 336 ways of arranging 3 books out of 8 on a shelf that has 3 spaces. So the other way to approach this question was that if there are only 3 spaces, so out of the 8 books, only 3 books can be kept on the shelf. The first space will have 8 options because we have 8 books. Let's say you place one of the book over here. Now you have 7 books left. So the second space will have 7 options, and the third space will have 6 options. You're going to multiply out these possibilities and you get 336 ways. So you could have calculated the same value of 8P3 without the calculator by using this formula. That is, NPR is equals to n factorial over n minus r factorial, where n is this number 8, r is 3. So 8 factorial divided by 8 minus 3 factorial. 8 minus 3 is 5 factorial. I can simplify 8 factorial as 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So that is same as saying 5 factorial after 6. And denominator has 5 factorial, so you can cancel out the 5 factorials and you're going to be left with 8 into 7 into 6, which is 336. The same as for the options. Now, in today's class, we are going to do few questions on them. So I want you to copy down this question if possible. A security code consists of 3 letters selected from A, B, C, D, E, and F, followed by 2 digits 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you need to make a code or a password or something in such a way that first there are going to be 3 letters out of these 6, and then you are going to have 2 digits out of these 5 digits. That is how you are going to make the code. You need to find the number of possible security codes if no letter or number can be repeated. So we don't have any letter being repeated or any digits being repeated. और अगर हमने एक मतलब let's say digit में 5 use कर लिया, so we cannot use 5 again. अगर हमने letter में A use कर लिया, we cannot use A again. That is what the question says. So what comes to your mind when you read this question? How to go about this?
Sir, would it be 5P3 and then 5P2?
Why 5?
6.
Okay, 5 for the letters.
Yes, sir, there's
There are
6
6 letters, yes.
Yeah, so 6P3.
Yes. So 1, 2, 3. These 3 spaces are for the letters, and these 2 spaces are for the digits. Over here, I can have any 3 letters, and over here, I can have any 2 digits. And this is the order that we need to follow. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि numbers पहले आएंगे और digits बाद में आएंगे. So out of 6, you can have 3. Okay, you can have 3 letters and you can arrange them. And out of 5 digits, you can have 2. And when you say 5P2, it is already arranged. Okay, one way is this, and you can multiply them out and calculate the possibilities. The second way to go about this question is that you look at the options. For the first space, How many options do I have for the letters?
6.
6.
6.
For the second space, 5, then 4. Now for the digits, for the first space, how many options do I have?
5.
5,
5.
and then 4. Okay, and all of this is going to be multiplied. So you can just confirm that solving these numbers or solving these permutation values is going to result in the same thing. Okay, these are two different methods, whichever you want to follow. So what is the answer coming?
2400.
All right, I'm just gonna take 1 minute break for the azan. Okay, and meanwhile you can attempt this question. All right. So the question says find how many even numbers between 3000 and 4000 can be formed using the digits 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 if no number is to be repeated. So the number must be there. It's not without restriction. The number of ways needs you need to find includes restriction. The first restriction is that it should be an even number and it should be between 3000 and 4000. So, and it has to be a 4 digit number. Would you agree that it has to be a 4 digit number?
Yes.
Why? Why can't I
Sir,
use
because
all the digits?
if it's a 5-digit number, then it won't be between 3,000 and 4,000.
Exactly. So the we are going to deal with the restriction first. If I want the number to be less between 3,000 and 4,000, so what option do I have for the first position?
Mm.
How many options do I have for the first position? If the number needs to be between 3,000 and 4,000?
Is it one?
Yes, it's going to be one, and the only number you can use is 3. Yeah, just a second. I think the screen went away. Hmm. All right. So, as per our discussion, we said that only 3 can be in the starting. Well, one more question I want to ask: if there would have been a digit 4, would you be including that number for the first position?
No. No, we won't.
Yes, we won't. Okay, just a second. You can continue solving this question. Meanwhile, I'll just look at why the screen is not sharing. All right, I think the screen is now visible. So yes,
Yes.
the question was, K, if we had 4, would we be including 4 as an option over here? So the answer is no, because we want a number less than 4,000. So if a number is between 3,000 and 4,000, it can start with 3, and it has to have 3 only, because the greatest number you can have, greatest integer number you can have, is 3,998 as a even number. So it has to start with 3. Then for the last option, so you have one choice for it over here. Now for the, if you want the number to be an even, we had a discussion in the yesterday's class that the number has to end at an even number. How many even numbers do we have? Just one, that is 6.
6.
So okay, that is done. So we have three, we the numbers are going to start with 3 and end at 6. Now for the remaining options, What are the remaining options?
4.
What are the
2.
options for the first place? So your 3 is done and 6 is done. Out of 1, 5, 7, and 9, you have 4 options for this place and you have 3 options for this place. So would you agree that the answer is 12?
Yes.
Does anyone have any particular question?
Mm.
Okay, easy.
Yeah.
Now find the number of different ways that 4 books chosen from 6 books can be arranged on a shelf.
7 will be 6p4.
Let's find out. So you need to arrange, find a number of different ways that 4 books chosen from 6 books be arranged on the shelf. So you need to permute them. So the answer is simply going to be 6p4. Either you can show this as a working, or the alternate method is going to be this, where you have 6 options for the first, followed by 5, followed by 4, and followed by 3. So the answer is going to be same. What is the answer coming?
3.
6p4.
360.
6p4 is 360. Yeah. It would be better if you can copy down the question as well with the answers. So once done, please let me know. I can move on to the next question.
Done.
Okay. Is everyone done?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. So let's do question 3. How many how many different 5-digit numbers can be formed from the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if no digit can be repeated? So why now what step comes to your mind?
So would it be 9p5?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have 9, and out of 9 we need to choose first 5. Oh, I'm sorry. So this is the 5-digit number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one method is that you can have 9 choices for the first place, followed by 8, 7, 6, 5. Or you would simply do 9p5. Both would work because none of the digit is being repeated. So what's the answer for 9p5? 15120, right? Now you can move on to the next question. There are 8 competitors in a long jump competition. In how many different ways can the first, second, and the third prizes be awarded?
8p3.
8p3, correct. Eight p3, 336. Okay. Find how many different 4-digit numbers greater than 4,000 that can be formed using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 if no digit can be used more than once. So you guys try this on your own first. This question is similar to the one we did yesterday as well. So we just want a number to be greater than 4,000. There is no second restriction.
Would it be 1 into 6p6?
All right. So let's try this. We want to form a four-digit number, but the number has to be greater than 4,000. If we want a number greater than 4,000, then it can either start with 4, 5, 6, or 7. So the first position will have four options, four choices. You're going to have four choices for the first position. Let's say you pick 5. Then I'm going to cancel 5, and you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 remaining. So out of those 6, you can choose and arrange any remaining 3. So 6p3 for that. Do you understand the question?
Sir?
Working समझ में आई है? जी.
Sir, but what if we don't write 5, but instead we write 4 and then 6p6 because uh, it would be greater than 4,000 if even if we add all the numbers.
हाँ तो कोई मसला नहीं है ना. आप ये कह रही हैं कि what if you start with 4, right? So
Yeah,
out of these digits, your fourth number digit is going to be cancelled out because you have used it.
yeah,
Okay, but
yes.
in the starting you had four options, right? For this place, the number could start with 4, or it could start with 5 or 6 or 7. So there are four options for this position. Now let's say you picked up a number and that comes out to be 4. So you now that from the remaining 6, you're going to choose any 3 and arrange them. So 6p3.
Sir, but why can't it be 6p6? Even if we add all the numbers, it's still going to be
we
greater than
want
4.
we we want a four digit number. The question
Oh, yeah.
says a four digit number.
Okay.
Okay, so it's the same working. Either you do this or you do that.
Okay.
So 6p3 times 4, 480, 480 ways. Well, I'm just gonna cancel out the right hand side working. It's the same working actually. So 480 ways. Is everyone getting the same answer? Do you want to
Yes,
discuss
sir.
anything in there? Acha. Ab, in order to maintain the content in your register, do you want to note down the questions, or would you like to take a screenshot right now and then note down the questions later onwards?
So I prefer copying them down later.
Okay, so you can take a screenshot. Should I move on?
Yes.
Okay. Find how many even numbers between 5,000 and 6,000 can be formed from the digits 2, 4, 5, 6, 8 if no digits can be used more than once. So there are again two restrictions. It has to be an even number and has to be between 5,000 and 6,000. Come on, try this out.
Sir, yesterday you said when we have two restrictions, we'll have to solve the question in a lot of steps. But the previous one also
Yes,
had two restrictions and we solved it only in one step.
because there wasn't any other option. Even number एक ही था हमारे पास और एक ही digit starting में आ रहा है और जो starting में आ रहा है वो ending में तो आ नहीं सकता था. सही है, तो एक ही वो numbers की limitation थी आपके पास. That's why there was only one step.
Okay.
Sir, is the answer 18?
Let's see. So if everyone has done trying, I can solve this for you. Kashish, Renu, have you guys done it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we need to find how many even numbers between 5,000 and 6,000. So it's a four-digit number. And so if it's a four-digit number between 5,000 and 6,000, the only option you have for the starting position is 5, right? So you are going to fix the fifth five digit over here, and you have only one option. Done. Fix and forget. So I'm going to cancel out 5 from my numbers. Now out of the remaining 2, 4, 7, 8, I need to form an even number. So for the last position, how many choices do I have?
3.
3.
3. Done. Let's say I put 8. I will cancel that out. Now for the remaining two spaces, how many options do I have? How many numbers do I need to choose from the remaining three numbers?
2.
You need to choose 2 from the remaining 3. So that is simply 3p2. Okay. Either you can write 3p2, or you could have written down like this, that for the first position, first space, I have 3 options, and for the second space, I have 2 options. Okay. The answer is eventually going to come out same.
Sir, can you explain this question again?
Sure. The question says, find how many even numbers between 5,000 and 6,000 can be formed from the digits 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 if no digit can be used more than once. Okay, so between 5,000 and 6,000 means it has to be a four-digit number. If it is between 5,000 and 6,000, given the numbers I have, I can only start my number with 5. 7 से तो start नहीं कर सकता था क्योंकि वो 6 से बड़ा हो जाएगा. अब if I am starting the number with 5, I have only one option for the first position. And since I'm going to place 5, and I'm going to cancel out the fifth number. For the last position, I have three choices, as the number can either end at 2 or 4 or 8, because I need an even number. So for the last position, I have three options. Let's say I plugged in 8. So now I'm going to be left with three options, 2, 4, and 7. Out of those three numbers, I'm just going to choose any two and arrange them. So 3p2, or you can write 3 into 2. It's the same thing. Does that answer your query?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So you should be getting 18. Okay, now try question number 7. Okay, for the first part, if there are no restrictions, how many four-digit numbers can be formed? How would you do that?
8p8.
Four-digit number. So
Eight.
out of these seven numbers actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, seven numbers. You are going to. Sorry, eight numbers. My bad. There are eight numbers, and out of these eight numbers, you want to form a four-digit number. So you just need four digits. So 8p4 is going to be the answer. Or you can write 8 into 7 into 6 into 5. Up to you. So 8p4 comes out to be 1680. That's also the maximum possible number of ways you can have for the four digit number. The maximum possible numbers can only be achieved if there are no restriction. अब अगर मैं restriction लगाना start करूंगा तो the number of ways are going to be less than this answer. So if I want for the next part, if I want the number to be odd, so the odd number will also be a four digit number, so it will always be less than 1680. The number of odd numbers are always going to be less than 1680 because this is the maximum possible answer. If the number is odd, okay, so four digit number, and if I want it odd, so it must end at an odd number. So for the last position, would you agree that I have four options?
Yeah.
If I cancel out any of the odd number for the or मैं यहाँ पे place कर दूँ and then I forget it, then for the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options, I'm going to select 3 and going to arrange them. So 6p3. Sorry, 7p3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7p3. 7p3 simply means out of the seven numbers, you're going to select three numbers and you're going to shuffle them up. You're going to arrange them. सही है. अभी मैंने कॉम्बिनेशन पढ़ाया नहीं है ना, इसलिए मैं सिलेक्शन के बारे में ज्यादा बात नहीं कर रहा. इसके बाद मुझे सिलेक्शन पढ़ाना है, फिर मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि हाउ इज परम्यूटेशन रिलेटेड टू कॉम्बिनेशन एज वेल. So just for now, you can either find the answer by 7p3 into 4, or what you can do is you can write down the options. For the first position, I have 7. 7p3 is same as 7 into 6 into 5. और फिर ये 4 इस ऑप्शन के लिए था. ठीक है. Eventually you are going to get the same answer. What is the answer?
840.
840. Good. Now the number is okay. So did you see that this number, odd numbers, the number of ways in which you can get an odd number is less than the total number? Yeah. So for part C, the number is greater than 6000. Again a restriction. So iska bhi answer 1680 से कम ही होगा. If I want a four digit number greater than 6000, how many options do I have for the first position?
3.
3.
3.
3. 6 से हो सकता है, 7 से हो सकता है, 8 से हो सकता है. Let's say I started off with the sixth digit, so I'm going to cancel out the sixth digit from from the list of the numbers, and there is no restriction on any other digit. So what should I do?
7p3.
So out of the remaining seven numbers, I'm going to choose and arrange three numbers. Good. So 7p3 into 3 is going to give you the answer. 630. Yes. Then for the next part, I want a number that is odd and greater than 6000. So there are two restrictions. I want a number that is odd and greater than 6000. And this is where you might be needing to make the cases as well. Okay. Are you guys trying by yourself first?
I'm done.
You're done. Okay. What about others? You can take your
Okay,
time
when
and
I'm
try it
done.
out. Okay. Vina, what about you?
Yeah, sir, I'm done.
All right. So, if I want a number to be odd and greater than 6,000 at the same time, one, two, three, four spaces. First of all, you're going to deal with a number greater than 6,000. So, if I want the number greater than 6,000, so I can say that it starts with 6. Okay. So, if I am saying that the number starts with 6, that means I have decided what is going to be the first number. So, I have only one choice for that. Then I need an odd number as well. I need it to be an odd number. तो 6 हटा दिया. फिर odd number कितने हैं आपके पास? 1, 3, 5 and 7. So the last position will have 4 options. Let's say you put in 7. ठीक है. So for the options, remaining two digits, how many options do you have?
6.
Out of 6, I have to choose and arrange 2. Or you can just write 6 into 5. Because for the first position you have 6 options and for the second you have 5 options. This is the case when the number starts with 6. Now what will happen if the number would have started with 7? Again you have one choice. But now if the number starts with 7, one odd number is gone. So for the last position, how many options would you have now?
3.
3.
3, yes. That's why making of cases was important over here. So if let's say I have placed 1, so how many other numbers do I have left? 6, and I will arrange 2. Okay, then the number could start with 8. If a number starts with 8, again only one option for the first position, but for the last position, how many options will now I have?
4.
4.
4, yes. And then if let's say I placed 8, and let's say I place 3, so again I'm going to be left with 6 options, and out of 6 I'm going to arrange 2. So you are going to calculate all the answers and then add them up. These are the total possible ways. Then 6p2 into 4 is 120, so this is also 120, and 6p2 into 3 is 90. So you can add these two answers, these three answers. Are you guys getting 330?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the question? किस तरीके से step by step किया मैंने?
जी sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. If you want, you can take a screenshot. आगे चलें?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Few more questions. The numbers are formed using the digit 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9. No digit can be used more than once. Find how many different 3 digit numbers can be formed. चलो जल्दी जल्दी कर लेते हैं साथ. Answer for the first part. How many different 3 digits number can be formed? 5p3. Good. Now answer B. Numbers using 3 or more digits can be formed. So now what? How has the question been different this time. You can either form a 3-digit number, or a 4-digit number, or a 5-digit number. Can I form a 6-digit number?
No.
No,
Yeah.
because there aren't any 6 digits.
But it says more.
More, yes, but you cannot form. अगर मैं फर्स्ट नंबर 5 यूज कर लेता हूँ, सेकंड नंबर 3, 6, 8, 9, इसके बाद कोई नंबर यूज कर सकूंगा? नहीं कर सकूंगा, क्योंकि all the numbers have been exhausted. So, and no digit can be used again as well. That's why only the possibility is a 5-digit number. The maximum possibility is a 5-digit number. So you can form a 3-digit number, you can form a 4-digit number, and you can form a 5-digit number. So the question says, in how many different ways can you form numbers using 3 or more? So first you are going to find the ways in which you can form 3-digit number. Then you are going to add them with the number of ways that you are going to make for the 4-digit number. And then you are going to add that with 5-digit numbers. सही है? So 3-digit numbers तो आपको पता है 5p3 हो जाएगा. What about 4-digit numbers?
5p4.
5p4. What about 5-digit number?
5p5.
5p5. Yeah. So what's the final answer?
300. 300.
300?
Yeah.
300 इतना छोटा आंसर है. Just a second. 5p2 plus 5p4. सही है, आप सही कह रही है. 5p5. 5p2 plus, sorry, 5p3 था. $300. All right. All right. Before starting combination, this is the last question for permutation. Find how many different even 4-digit numbers greater than 2000 can be formed using the digit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 if no digit can be used more than once. Okay. So I'm going to pause it over here. You can try this and then we can continue.
Done.
So what is your answer?
600.
Sorry?
600.
Acha, chalo, let me solve this. Okay. So even four-digit number greater than 2000 can be formed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Greater than 2000 but has to be an even number as well. There are four evens and four odd numbers. If the number needs to be greater than 2000, then it can either start with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have these options, six options. Six options for the first. Now इसमें भी आप cases बनाएंगे. ठीक है, either the number can start with 3 or it can start with 4 or it can start with 5 or it can start with 6, 7 or 8. ठीक है. Now I think
So
the
isn't that
working
seven
would be,
numbers for the first one?
sorry,
Isn't that seven numbers for the first one? Like seven options?
yes, seven options, yes, including two, yes, thank you. So including two, there are going to be seven options. But if there are, since there are two restrictions, क्या मुझे ये करना चाहिए कि it needs to starts with 2, it starts with 3, it starts with 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So the working would be a lengthy working. चलो कर लेते हैं. सही है. फिर we can also try to find a smarter way to do this. So if a number starts with 2, ठीक है, so I'm looking for even number that starts with 2. So I have one option, and if it's an even number, तो last position can have 2 तो चला ही जाएगा. ठीक है. Last position can have how many? 3 options. And दोनों नंबर आपने दो डिजिट्स आपने प्लेस कर लिए, then you are left with 6p2. ठीक है, यहाँ तक मैंने सही किया.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
then the number can start with 3. So one option, यहाँ पे 4 options हो जाएंगे, and then 6p2. फिर if a number starts with 4, one option, then again 3 options क्योंकि आपने एक even number यूज कर लिया है, and 6p2. ठीक है. So you can see the pattern के if a number starts with an even number, so the last position will have 3 options. Here starts with 5, so one option, four options for the last, and 6p2. If it starts with 6, then one option for here, 3 options for here, then 6p2. If it starts with 7, one option, 4 option, 6p2. ठीक है, आप लोग देख लेना मेरी वर्किंग कितनी ज्यादा हो गई है. So
Yeah.
finally it can start with 8. So one option, 3, 6p2. First of all, I want you to calculate all the individual values and then give me the total. So what is the total coming out? You should get 720. Because if this is 90, every case that starts with an even number will give you 90 options, 90 ways. ठीक है. And the rest is going to give you 120 ways. So सबको add कर लो, you are going to get 720. Are we all on the same page? Now, I want you to come up with a way that is far more shorter than this. So, I want you to take out 1 minute and think, is there a possibility of a shorter method?
Sir, like if we figure out the pattern for the first and second one, we know that the numbers starting with even are only four. So we multiply 90 with four, and then we multiply 120 with five because there are five odd numbers. And then when we add them, we will get
120, 120 with 5 not 120 with 3, क्योंकि
with
तीन
three.
केसेस हैं 120 के 3 केसेस हैं एंड 90 के आपके पास 4 केसेस हैं. हाँ सही है, ये भी आपकी वर्किंग सिंप्लीफाई हो जाएगी. ठीक है, बट जस्ट टेक 1 minute टू थिंक, इज देयर एनी अदर पॉसिबल मेथड?
Sir, can you
नहीं.
repeat
या
that? Like
या
you know, there's only four possible options with even and three for odd, since you can't have one. So you could just make the first two cases. So like with two and three, and then multiply it by four and by three, instead of like doing all
yes,
four.
that's one of you just said as well. Yeah, so that is going to be the right method. There is no, मैं भी जरा सोच रहा था कि could there be even much shorter method. तो नहीं हो सकता, क्योंकि what I was thinking कि मुझे total without restriction अगर पता है, that is going to be 8p4. So if I want to form a 4 digit number, ठीक है, so that number could either be an even number or an odd number. फिर then I realized कि oh नहीं, problem is कि I want a number greater than 2000. So ये restriction अलग है. So yes, the working that we have done is I think the simplest method. One of you suggested कि हाँ ठीक है, अलग अलग cases list down करने के बजाय 90, or if a number starts with an even number, so there are going to be 90 options, उसको multiply by 4 कर लेना है. Or if a number starts with an odd number, so you can multiply that by 3. But that is going to be the simplest method I think I can think of. Yeah, ठीक है. So in the next class, I want to start with combinations. ठीक है. But if you get a chance over this week to do questions on permutation, you can say just dig some questions from the past papers on permutations or कर लेना. ठीक है, just for the practice. I'm not giving you any assignment as well. You can go on Google Classroom and permutation combination की paper 1 और paper 2 के worksheet होगी. So if you just can dig out permutation के questions तो वो attempt कर लेना. Next week मैं combination complete करवा के I'm going to do some past paper questions with you as well. ठीक है?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay,
Allah
you're welcome. Allah Hafiz. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.